pretty, perfect girl was loved by everyone. Every relation and friend who knew her said that she is a gift from God. After some time, her parents got another daughter, and they thought that this little girl is also a gift. And of course, she was. The only difference was that this little gift was from Satan. Toastmaster of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this little girl who turned out to be me was the stubborn, arrogant, antisocial one and could be described by any nasty adjective that you can use on a person. My mother says that she could tell all of these characteristics of me from the first time she held me. To the utter surprise of my parents, I somehow got through the interview of my school, which is known as a tough one. Even I don't know why I felt like facing it well, but probably because all those prayers of my mom. Anyway, I did my best to avoid school, and there were even days that I bit my father's hand, escaped from the school van, and ran back home. My parents somehow managed to send me to the school, but never to tuition classes. I had no hidden skill, didn't have any friends. My grades were so bad that my parents wondered if I need special education or something. Years passed, I met friends, got better in my studies, and now here I am presenting a public speech as a student of University of Colombo. Anyone who saw me when I was 10 would never even dream that I would end up in a university. But what changed my life? To be honest, nothing. There is no specific incident or a person or a quote which changed me. It just happened. Maybe that's because I learned from my mistakes knowingly or unknowingly. And maybe that's because I learned to deal with my imperfections. Now, you must be thinking it's awful to have an imperfect childhood. But that's not completely bad. Let me tell you the pros and cons. Cons are your parents have a ton of stories about your dark past and they will never miss a single chance to share them around. So, dear future boyfriend, make yourself ready to hear the list. But these cons are not everything. There are times that I enjoyed being perfectly imperfect. The best example is when your parents don't expect much from you. Now, I'd be lying if I say that my mother didn't have hopes of me being a doctor when I chose bioscience to my A-levels. But that wasn't my plan. When I got selected to the science faculty and I declared that I am going to do this, my mother made up her mind saying, it's okay comparing to her young days. So I could walk on the path that I like without any barriers, while my sister, the perfect kid of the family, was forced to become an engineer, shadowing her dreams of doing physical science. I've heard people say that they want to go back to their childhood where they had no problems. But in my case, never. I never want to go back to that past where I had so many problems like how to bunk school tomorrow, how I'm going to survive with my class teacher, and how should I tell my low grades to my parents. But now, I'm immensely satisfied with what I am, and my imperfections doesn't bother me anymore. The main advantage of having an imperfect past is you can be glad about your future rather than regretting it. I think we all have to go through some kind of a dark time at least once during our lifetime. If you are going through a miserable, chaotic life, just like I did in my childhood, I'd like to rewind a small quote from the great scientist Stephen Hawking. Perfection simply doesn't exist. Without imperfections, neither you nor I would exist. So, instead of blaming and getting disappointed of your chaotic self, just learn from your mistakes, forgive yourself, and embrace being perfectly imperfect. Over to you.